Hello everyone! In today's video, I'll be walking you through the 5 main mistakes that made me drop bullet journaling and which I got conscious about while I read The Bullet Journal Method by writer Carol, the original bullet journal creator. I've always had an on and off relationship with bullet journals. I'm an advocate that they are the perfect method to organize, plan, and set goals, but I always felt that I was falling short on the bullet journal thing some months after I started it. While I was reading the book, I was able to identify the reasons behind my lack of success while bullet journaling, and I wanted to take you through my reasons in case they apply to your situation too. So first of all, the elephant in the room, perfectionism. One of the things that put me off bullet journaling were mistakes, crossed out words, templates that weren't working out for me, filling space in my notebook, and so on. I liked the visual experience of bullet journaling so much that I wasn't allowing myself to enjoy it as a productivity tool rather than a scrapbook. If I had a busier week, I couldn't trouble keeping perfect handwriting, drawing lines with a ruler, and so on, so I ended up disliking the journal and abandoning it sooner or later. I am now much more aware that simplifying the looks of my journal as most as I can just add up to the experience. Simplifying makes logging as fast as it should be, makes everything simpler to find, and although it's not as artsy or Instagrammable, it's fast and efficient. Not using the slash to mark notes. When I use the bullet journal, I focus very hard in logging tasks, but I thought it wasn't useful to log notes and random thoughts in the same place, so I always felt like I didn't have a dedicated place to write down these snippets of information. While I was reading Ryder's book, I understood how important it was to log down these notes, just like they were tasks, and then migrate them in case they could translate into actionable things I could do or achieve. I also like to go back to these random thoughts and notes and understand my priorities in the past. Not using the future log. Speaking of migration, I also never use a future log, which are the first couple of pages in your journal that serve as the repository of tasks that you have scheduled for the future. This is the place where you write down any events that you know will happen in the future but don't need immediate planning. I remember that I always felt like I wanted the structure of a planner inside my bullet journal, that is a place where I could schedule events and tasks according to date and not priority or immediate tasks. The future log is actually the place to write down those things, and without it, your bullet journal is mostly incomplete. Relying on my ability to make complex spreads every month. My bullet journal was a really high-maintenance notebook. I had a very specific idea of all the spreads I wanted to create each month, and I wanted to incorporate monthly and weekly reviews, weekly and monthly goal setting, wish lists, project planning, and so on. This meant that I had to create all of these spreads in preparation for the following month, or else my bullet journal was completely useless. In case I had a busier week or a busier month, I wasn't able to do all of this perfectly, so I ended up stopping using the bullet journal for that period. Also, using a terrible indexing system and not numbering pages. I was definitely not a fan of numbering pages or writing down the contents of each one of my collections. One thing that helped this out was buying a notebook with numbered pages. I also started using this system where, besides numbering each page, you write next to the number of the pages any other page numbers that are a continuation of that collection. So for instance, if you have a project broken down into 3 separate pages, you should write these down so you can reference back to previous information. I want to thank Skillshare for partnering with me to help me deliver the video today. Skillshare is an online learning community with more than 20,000 classes in dozens of categories, including productivity, motivation, and note-taking skills. Premium membership gives you unlimited access to high-quality classes from experts working in their fields, so you can improve your skills, unlock new opportunities, and do the work you love. Skillshare is also more affordable than most learning platforms out there. An annual subscription is less than $10 a month. Also, the first 500 people to click the link in the description box below will get their first 2 months of unlimited classes for free. If you are new to bullet journaling or you want to know more about it, I will link down below my bullet journal playlist so you can check out all of my past spreads and different versions and all tips and hacks that I've used over the years. I hope you've enjoyed today's video and I'll see you next week. Bye!